Alright guys, this is today's project. We got a peanut tank. We want to turn this one into a show tank. I don't know what kind of paint's on it. I don't know what kind of Bondo's underneath it. So first step is I'm going to strip the paint off and go from there. We got it down to the bare metal. Next step is, before we even think about doing body work, because you can see it got dents. I don't know if you can see, but got dents all over the place, wavy. So what we're gonna do first is put epoxy primer down. That's gonna give it a corrosion protection. Some people just do body work right on top of bare metal. That's okay, but when in 100 times it's gonna bubble up or rust up, and that epoxy primer really helps with that. Work is all done on top of that epoxy primer. It's a lot of body work, but it's gonna look good when it's done. Next step, primer surfacer. Then we'll let that dry the sand off, sand it smooth, and we'll be ready to start our painting process.
You got a tank, I got to sand it in 600 grit. Wet sand it in 600 grit. You can leave it in 400 grit, but then you're gonna have to seal it. So what I did, I just left it in 600 so I can apply base coat straight on top of this. This lace right here is the design that we're going with. We're gonna have a ghost effect of that, and I'll explain later how we're gonna do that. The whole tank's gonna be black. It's gonna have some white accents along the side, kind of like some tribal design right here. On the bottom it's gonna be white, and on this side it's gonna be white also, but the rest of the tank is gonna stay black. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna spray white base coat just in the general area of where my accent colors are, and then I'm gonna bake that off, let that dry, and then I'm gonna tape off the white to where when I apply my black and my effects in the middle of that, I'm not gonna get oversprayed everywhere else. You know, I'm just gonna do the white accents here so where I can take it off, and when I spray black, that's it's gonna stay white. You're blowing it off, getting all the dust off of it, making sure there ain't no dust on it, and none of the base coat. Alright, that's good enough. That's the areas where the graphics are going to be at. We'll walk around.
What I got going on now is the highlighted, whatever is this green stripe is gonna stay bright white. I'm gonna spray the inside a creamy white to where when I untape it, it's gonna have a highlighted outside to where when I put the shading, it's gonna really stand out and give it that depth. I gotta do this on both sides, another design in the middle, and we'll be ready for the creamy yellow inside.
Alright, here we got the outline done. So this is what's gonna stay bright white. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paint the inside like a creamier, like a milkier white. And what you wanna do, taping, you got all these handprints, so you wanna come and get like a water cleaner, water soluble cleaner to get your fingerprints and stuff like that off where you're not painting on that. Making sure these come out real clean is people don't realize how important that is until you clear it, and then a week later you'll see a handprint underneath the clear, which is not good, especially when you got all these graphics and spend all day taping and measuring and doing all kinds of stuff. Alright, now we got that done. I got the cream color in the gun. We'll start with spraying it on there. Once again, I'm tacking off all the lint that I just put on with that sauce. At the same time, you gotta make sure your tape stripes are really secured. stuff anywhere. Right. Start on this side. Here I like spraying at real low pressure to where you're not blowing any of that tape up. Bottom section. Two coats should be good enough because I already had white base coat on there. Show this in the cream white, we want to give it this design. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one light coat of pearl on top of this, bake that off, lay this on top, and put the same cream color back on to where the only thing showing is that design. And you want to put one light coat of pearl to where when you're looking at it, you can't really see it, but when you really look for it, then that's when you're gonna notice it. You can see it in there. That's what my pearl looks like. It's a real bright white pearl. I watered it down a little bit to where it's real transparent and it's not gonna be as noticeable. Now what I'm gonna do, all I'm gonna do is mist one coat on there, real light, to where I call it the ghost effect. That's what I guess people call it, to where you can barely tell. That's all it's gonna need. I'll put a little bit more just to be on the safe side. All right, now it's time to bake it off. We'll let it sit, and then I'll wrap my little pantyhose around it, and we'll get that effect. I'll come back with the regular cream white. Now what I'm gonna do is, in those graphics that I had, I'm gonna spray that creamy white on top of this, to where it's gonna cover up most of the pearl. The only pearl that's gonna be exposed is this design. So whenever I take this off, you'll see this design in pearl, and everything else will be creamy white, to where, you know, some people will put pearl on top of this, but then my main design is gonna be pearly, and the only thing that's not gonna have pearl is this design. I want it the opposite way, so I'm gonna spray the creamy white on top of this to where I hide all the pearl other than what the design shows. What I try to do is make it stretch out, try to make it even as possible, to where when I take it off, it'll look pretty decent. People are gonna know what they're looking at. I'm gonna do some shading to make it look like this white accent part is gonna be in the background after I black everything else out. And what's real important, especially after you put that little pantyhose on, you gotta tack off all the lint on there. And when I do the shading, I'm only gonna go right on the edge. that's all it needs. We'll do that on both sides, and then we're ready to do the black on the rest. All right, last thing, now we got the design, the accent taped up. We're gonna black out the rest, let that dry for a little bit. I'm gonna untape everything and clear it. All right, that's one coat. I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 more on there, and then I'll clear it. Here goes before the clear. Kind of see the shading. Kept it real subtle. I was gonna do a red pinstripe around where the white is, but the customer wanted to keep it pretty subtle. Didn't want to go too much. Ooh, it's gonna look good when you clear it. I'll show y'all, I'll get back with y'all after it's clear. That's one coat of clear. I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 more on it, to where when I buff it out, it'll be nice and slick. It's already wet right now, but me putting 2 or 3 graphics on top of each other kind of put a tape line there to where after I put 2 or 3 more coats of clear, I have enough film build to sand it, wet sand it, buff it out. Looks good though.